Rice, yeah, fried rice muffins. Rice, yeah, fried rice muffins. Hello, everyone. I'm Tupperware Pete. G'day. I've got glitter everywhere now. I think they might need a bit of a retouch. What we're going to do is fried rice muffins in my Tupperware rice cooker because the Tupperware 10 kilo rice dispenser is available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in my rice and onion and bacon and veggies. We're going to pop it all in together. Let me show you how I do it, right? Now, let's move all of this out the way and I'll get to that in just a moment, right? Let's move this out of the way. I will get to this in just a moment because I've got some exciting things to show you. This is the Tupperware rice cooker. It will cook mainly rice, but I've done polenta in here, couscous, quinoa. I've also done steamed veggies in here. Don't tell Tupperware. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that or not, but I have, right? All you have to do, the thing that makes this unique is that you get perfect fluffy rice every single time. Now, there's no aluminium in here, so you're not after like 10 years having aluminium flake off into your rice. This is perfectly safe, right? You pop it into the microwave so you don't have to stand stirring. You won't get rice stuck to the bottom of your saucepan. You won't have the overflow of foam happening that sometimes you can get because of these little vents in the top here. So you've got vent holes up here, vent holes down here, vent holes up the side and vent holes down that side there. So that helps create that airflow, the circulation, right? All you have to do is just push down on the ears and that releases that. Now, can you see the disc? This is the rice disc. You've got two little kidney-shaped holes in there. That allows for the steam to come through. It helps suppress the foam. So that combined with the vent system up the top, that means you're going to get perfect fluffy rice every single time, right? So there is a maximum line. Please, I don't know if you can see that there. Please, you can see the reflection. That's how shiny it is. It's got like a highly polished finish to it, right? There is a maximum line. Please respect the maximum line. You can cook up to 8 cups of cooked rice in here, right? So what we've got in here, let me move this out of the way. And I'll move this so I can show you. This is the 10 kilo rice dispenser. Not designed for transporting around your kitchen. It's designed, once it's got rice in there, you want to leave it there. I've got one that's got 10 kilos of washing powder in my laundry. I've got red lentils in one, chickpeas in another. I know people that have put M&Ms in here, bird seed, kitty litter, cat kibble, dog food. What else? One lady bought 3 of them. She makes bread. So she's got like bread flour, all-purpose flour, something else. I can't remember because I rang her and said, why are you getting 3? She said, I make bread. I went, what a great idea, right? So this is the 10 kilo rice dispenser. It does have a proper airtight Tupperware seal that locks in the freshness. It keeps the bugs away. So you can seal that like it's a chunky seal, like it's a proper chunky seal, right? Then, can you see down here? All you have to do is just open this up and close it. That dispenses 3/4 of a cup of rice. We're going to pop that straight into our Tupperware rice cooker, right? Now, let's just move this out of the way. Let's just pop it here, right? Pop it there. So that's our 3/4 of a cup of rice, right? So all we're going to do is, with jasmine basmati rice, it's 1 part rice to 2 part water. If I'm doing brown rice, I do 1 part rice to 3 part water. Everybody does it differently. Use the little information sheet that it comes with as a guide. And depending on how you like your rice, the older the rice, the longer it will take to cook, and it might need a fraction more water. So if you've had rice in your Tupperware rice dispenser for 5 years, it might take a little bit longer to cook than as if you just bought it last week, right? So we've got in here, let's grab our 3/4 cup measure. These are the Tupperware cup measurements. You get 6 instead of 4, so you don't have to keep filling up your 1/4 cup measure. You've got a 3/4 cup measure. How easy is that? There's a 3/4 cup measure. So what we might do is I'm going to grab my Aqua Vibe water bottle that measures up my daily water intake. I'm a little bit behind, so let's have a bit of a cheat. And let's just remove that straw and we'll just pour. Remove the straw, we'll have a pour. There is 1/3 of a cup of water. Oh my goodness, that's overflowing. Oh, look at that. 1/3 cup. And we've got another 3/4 cup. There we go. And look, oh my goodness, I'm already up to 6 p.m. How cool is that? You pop your little straw back into there, and then that keeps it all nice and hygienic until the next time you want to have a little bit of a sip, right? So we'll pop that down over here. We are going to, in there, I've got my diced bacon. You know, you can take your Clearmates to the deli. They pop them on the scales, zero them out, and you just say, can I get filled that up with diced bacon, or 200 grams of diced bacon, or see that champagne leg ham that's on sale, let me get that please, or see those marinated olives, can you fill that up there? These are a liquid tight, airtight seal. Once you express the air out of a Clearmate, you won't have olive oil all over your shopping when you get home. You won't have to wash your shopping when you get home. It'll keep the olive oil on the inside here because it's liquid tight, right? So all we're going to do is grab a cup measure. We are going to throw in a cup of diced bacon. Easy as, right? We're going to save that, and we might, tomorrow morning or the next morning, we'll do a bacon omelette or a bacon frittata in the omelette maker. That would be delicious, right? So we've got our bacon, right? Oh, I did, the bench is clean. 30-second rule. There's our bacon. Then what we're going to do is, let me grab my frozen veggies from the freezer. I've got a packet of, this is a packet of a kilo packet of Australian carrot, peas and corn, right? I'm going to grab my Tupperware scissors, and I've got my Tupperware date, store and freeze. Now these are called date, store and freeze because you can dial up the date that you popped it into the freezer. You can store them in the pantry or the refrigerator, or you can freeze them because there's a little fill line. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little fill line with a snowflake. Can you see that there? So that will tell you that it's for the freezer, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to maybe, I don't know, maybe this one will hold a kilo of frozen veggies. We'll just snip that off. And we will throw that straight into here. Look at that. Then that way, oh, we got peas and corn dancing all over the bench top. But at least once we've popped that into our date store and freeze, we're not going to have peas and corn dancing in the freezer. They're going to dance in their own little container. You can seal that up. Look at that, perfectly fits a kilo. You don't need to label it because you can easily see what you've got in here, and you can dial up the date. So you can just you can even dial up the week that you popped it in, right? So we'll dial that up and I'll pop it into the freezer. When we come back 6 months later, we go, oh my goodness, did we pop this in there 6 months ago? Let's cook with this right now, right? So we've got our cup measurement, and we are going to, that's had bacon in it, so I'm not going to pop that straight into there. So I'm just going to fill this up. A cup of frozen veggies. Oh, we got a runaway pea. There's a cup of frozen veggies. We'll pop that straight into there, right? Easy as. So in there we've got our rice, we've got our water, we've got our diced bacon, and we've got our frozen veggies, which are going to just pop straight back into the freezer right now. Okay, so we'll pop them into the freezer. Then, oh. The freezer is not easily... My freezer is chock-a-block. Here we go. Luckily, I've got a backup freezer. We'll pop that pop that into there. Then now what we're going to do is throw in a diced onion with some garlic, and guess what just became available again today? No need to ask, it's a smooth job. Oh, hang on a minute. You gotta take the blade protective cover off before you can pull the cord, all right? So we'll pop that into there. Let's take two, baby. Guess what became available? Hang on a minute. Guess what became available today? No need to ask, it's a smooth operator. It's a smooth operator. We got the supersonic chopper has become available. I have been waiting for this to come back into stock. Incidentally, that's a perfect segue. If something is out of stock, just click it as if you're adding it to your cart. It'll open up in a new tab. Just press the email me when available button and you'll get emailed when it becomes available. I've got some garlic in here. Let's throw that into there. I've got an onion that I've half a red onion, and we are literally going to blitz this up. Now, you can measure up your liquid. You've got measurements in up to 1200 mils in 100 mil increments. There is a fill line. If you are chopping potato, pumpkin, carrot, zucchini, whatever, just respect the fill line. And then around here, you've got your cups and your fluid ounces. So that's all your little measurements into there. You'll have people saying to you, I want to go, can I chop the onions? No, you chopped them last night. I'm having a go. All right, so we've got the onions and we've got the garlic. Let's grab our Tupperware spatula and we'll throw that straight into here with our rice, our bacon, our frozen veggies. We've got our water and the oven is preheating. Let's pop this into here. Yum-o. I learnt this recipe at a Tupperware party. Tupperware is brilliant for bringing the community together, and you can swap recipes and you can learn how to make that family budget stretch just that little bit further. These will freeze really well. They're always the first to go at a barbecue or a potluck. And there we will just, oh, those veggies are mega frozen. We've got our onion, our frozen veggies, we've got our bacon and our rice. That's it. Like, it's so simple. You grab your rice disc into here, you grab your rice cooker cover, line up the wings or the ears with the handles, palm of the hand, click that into place, and I'm popping this in a 900 watt microwave oven for 12 minutes, right? Now, while that's in there, do you know what I'm going to do? Let's just move this out of the way. Guess what I'm going to do? I know it's midweek and we normally wait for Pudding Saturday, but I've been good. I think let's make a quick sneaky little pudding, but it's going to be healthy. We're going to call it a mixed berry cobbler, right? So let me show you what I'm going to do, right? While we've got, oh, I should have grabbed this from the freezer. Here we go. What I'm going to do is I've got 500 grams of mixed berries, right? So you might want to grab your date store and freeze. And what we're going to do is you might want to grab your date store and freeze and just freeze them into little portion sizes. Oh, into little portion sizes. We've got them happening here, right? So there's our 2 lots of portion sizes. So you might want to do that. Or you might want to grab I've just got to wipe this up. I'm not quite prepared for the video right now, but that's okay. Actually, perfect segue. Do you know Tupperware do dish drying towels and mop chamois, which I actually use as a tea towel? They're brilliant. I've got about half a dozen of them kicking around. They hold up to 8 times their weight in water. This is the Ultra Pro cover, which goes in the freezer, the microwave, and the oven. So what we're going to do is grab our entire packet of berries, pretending that we've popped them from the freezer, right? There is our entire packet of mixed berries. Look at that, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, yum-o, right? We're going to pop that there, and no need to ask, it's a smooth operator. Here's another one that I've got, right? I love this product, it's awesome. What we're going to do is move to the country. We're going to eat a lot of peaches. Grab a tin of peaches. Juice and all. Pop the top on. It's like a little bayonet light bulb. And what we're going to do is, oh, bit of parsley. We are going to chop that up, upside down, Miss Jane, so the drips go into here instead of all over to your bench top, right? We'll pop that over here, and look at that, a tin of peaches, all blitzed up. You know what we're going to do now? In my One Touch Fresh rectangles, Actually, have you seen these? You probably are familiar with the modular mates for the pantry. Tupperware have been selling modular mates for the pantry for 41 years. They are the original, the OG storage solution for your pantry, right? And so what they've done is Tupperware have they've reworked things. As the technology gets better, so does the products. And they've come out with this, which is a little bit of a different option. It's so much easier on your wrist to open. So you grab the tab, you peel the seal. How easy is that? That'll hold 2 packets of rice crackers. Thank you very much. There's our little rectangle. In here, I've got my savoury bits and bobs in here. Herbs and yeast and French onion soup, nutmeg, that sort of thing. And in here, do you have a sweet treat container at your house that you keep all your cooking chocolate and cake mixes and things in? Jelly, I've got jelly in here. I like Tupperware jelly. And I've got a couple of bags of, I thought I had a vanilla cake mix. Let's do a chocolate cake mix. $1.20 from the supermarket. You can't go wrong, right? So let's do this. We are going to grab this. It's a chocolate cake mix, which I thought was not chocolate, but that's okay. Let's have a chocolate cake mix. We're going to pop that straight into here. Right. Then, what we're going to do is move that out of the way. We are going to grab our spatula. There's another one over here that I have prepared earlier. This is the double-sided, heat-resistant, stain-resistant silicone spatula. It's got a straight side here if you need to scrape her on a straight side, and it's got a curved side here if you need to scrape on a curved side. What we're going to do is just mix these two together until you can't see any cake mix. Like, anyone can do it. If you can hold the spatula and mix it, you can make this recipe. It's really, really easy. Chocolate cake mix, absolutely delicious, right? We're just going to fold that through. I'm left-handed, so just bear with me. Oh no, you can see that fine, can't you? There we go. How cool is that? So while, like literally, that's it done, right? While we're waiting for that to go through, let me just show you. I've got the Tupperware sifter. There is no metal components in the Tupperware sifter whatsoever, which means it's never going to rust. You can pop the whole thing into the dishwasher and it's going to stay in perfect condition. This is I use this a lot, right? But it's only had icing sugar in it, right? You can store it and seal it. And then there's also measurements. So you can have a couple, one for cocoa, one for icing sugar, one for flour, plain flour, self-raising flour, corn flour, right? So all I'm going to do in here, grab the tab, peel the seal. This is the Tupperware modular mate I was talking about earlier. They've been in production for 41 years. How amazing is that? So all we're going to do is grab our spoon. If we've got a spoon happening here, what we're going to do is just a couple of tablespoons of that. And what we're going to do, sometimes the berries can be a little tart. So all we're going to do is just a little bit of icing sugar over that, just to sweeten the deal. Can you see that there? Right, a little bit of icing sugar on our berries. And then, let's grab a Tupperware and a ladle too. This is the small KP ladle. I love the bowl on this. I actually use this to eat ramen noodles with. It's also make the perfect size for pancakes. Or, if you're going to put some cake batter on, we're just going to dump this cake batter straight on the top. How cool is that? Just on the top, just like that. It's chocolate mixed berry. Yum-o. Now this is the Tupperware Ultra Pro. It will go into the oven. The gas oven, the electric oven, the wood oven, up to 250 degrees. Now you don't have to remember that because It's printed on the bottom, up to 250 degrees. It's even got the Fahrenheit on there if you are a Fahrenheit person, right? So what we will do is, actually, we'll stick to the spatula. And we'll just pop that straight over here. Yum, oh. It's a little sweet treat that's actually healthy for you. Delicious. And the spatula does the washing up for you. Oh, there we go. Now let's just quickly see if we can just pop that around the side over there. We'll just pop that over there. We're going to pop that in just basically until the cake cooks. Now it's not a proper thick cake. It's a very thin layer of cake that we've got with the fruit underneath, and we've got that icing sugar underneath there as well. You know what we're going to do? We are going to grab some cinnamon sugar in my spice container. Did you see the spice carousel? These come out every now and again too. They're awesome, right? This is the cinnamon sugar. We're just going to put a little bit of cinnamon sugar on the top. That helps. I mean, I know we're having a heat wave right now, but let's pretend it's like a beautiful wintry, cinnamony, chocolatey, mixed berry pudding. Yum-o, right? And all we're going to do is pop that into the oven. How cool is that? That's it. We're just going to pop that straight into the oven, right? Now, while that's in there, let me just quickly grab a cloth. And we'll wipe the bench down. Time to lean, time to clean. Clean as you go, right? We'll just pop this into here. And yum. Now, if you wanted to, you could have done 2. These are the Ultra Pro 3.5 litres. They're exactly the same as that other one that I had. They go into the freezer, the microwave, and the oven. And you can do stack cooking in the oven. So you can have your meat down the bottom, your vegetables up the top, or you can have your meat down there, and then that becomes your oven bag, right? You might want to use that for nuggets, fish fingers, chips, hamburgers. You might want to bake a fish onto there, nachos, or you could do your little mini pudding in there as well, right? Because in a standard oven, side by side, these will fit, which means you can do your roast meat and veggies on the bottom shelf. On the top shelf, you can have your pudding, or if you've only got one shelf, have your meat down the bottom, have your veggies or your pudding up into there. Then you've got another stack system there. You've got your 3 different layers. It's a stack cooking system for your oven. And you're only using one oven shelf. How awesome is that? Remember, when you have an online or in-home Tupperware party, you can choose any main product or set for 70% off. When you have an online business account, you do get 15 to 25% off the entire collection. All right? So that's those. Now, while we've got that, so here I've got these. We've got 29 seconds on the clock, which is perfect. This here, this is the silicone, and this is another Ultra Pro cover, which you can use as a cover, or as I just use them as oven trays. This is the silicone cupcake form. Now, don't spray it with any cooking oil or grease it. There's no need to. You wash it with hot soapy water before you use it, just like I've done, and you just shake it out. And then you're good to go. Now, you know that it's 100% silicone because when you do the ring test, beep, 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 when you do the ring test, the pinch test, the pull test, that colour doesn't go white. So you know it's 100% silicone. They haven't added any latex to this to water it down. So if you know anyone with a latex allergy, these are perfectly safe. And they use fruits and vegetables to dye most of the Tupperware. So that's pretty cool, right? So we've got that into there. Then I've got a second one. So we just shake that off into there. How cool is that, right? So we've got that happening there. Let's grab this rice cooker. We will push down on the ears. That releases that. Oh, we got some foggy. There is your, whew. And this There's our rice, our bacon, our onion, our frozen veggies. We just cooked everything. It's a one-pot wonder. It's absolutely brilliant, right? Now, you can, depending on if you've added in too much water, let it sit there. The absorption method will complete that cooking process for you. For the video, I'm going to get straight into it, right? So what we're going to do is throw in some... Oh, actually, we'll pull this sweet paprika out. We'll need that right now. What we're going to do is... Where's the salt and pepper? Here we go. I've got the large spice containers as my salt and pepper shakers. So on one side, you've got your self-cleaning sprinkling system. On the other side, if you want to scoop in with a spoon, you can, right? So how cool is that? So we're just going to a little bit of Celtic sea salt into here. And we've got cracked black pepper. And we'll just sprinkle that straight into here as well. Bit of salt, bit of pepper, absolutely yum. Oh, and I've got a bit of pepper up my nose. Sorry about that. And let's grab our Tupperware spatula. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my goodness. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Oh my goodness, that was a dad sneeze. My apologies. Now what we're going to do is just mix that through, just to try and cool that down a little bit, because what we're going to do now is add in some egg. And, oh, goodness gracious. So that's what it looks like once it's all mixed up, right? So you've got your, it just looks like fried rice, right? So all we're going to do is, I've got my sweet chili sauce in my Tupperware squeezy water bottle. Well, it's not a squeezy, it's not a water bottle, it's a squeezy bottle. So I've got honey in one, barbecue sauce, tomato sauce, vinegar, salad dressings, and sweet chili sauce. These are brilliant. They only come out every now and again as well, right? So we've got some sweet chili sauce. You can throw in some soy sauce. Actually, why don't we do that? Now that I've thought about it, I don't know where my soy sauce is, actually. Here it is. I've got my soy sauce in one of these. These come out every now and again as well. Just a dash of soy. And yum. Oh, you should smell that. That's absolutely gorgeous, right? Now what we're going to do is, we've got our eggs. We are going to act very quickly. There's 2 eggs. Let's throw in another 2 eggs. There we go. And we will mix this up. There we go. Yum. Oh. Absolutely divine. Now, I've got a funny feeling this is a little bit runny. I've never... Seriously, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen on my lives. Normally, it's not that runny, but I think because I put that soy in and there was a little bit of water at the bottom from the cooking process, that rice must be a little bit old. So, what we might do is just grab a little bit of gluten-free flour while I think of it, and that's just going to help thicken it up. So I've got my One Touch Fresh square. Grab the tab, peel the seal. I've got gluten-free flour into here, and we're just going to throw in 2 tablespoons. This is the first time I've ever had to throw in flour into my fried rice muffins. Seriously, right? So we will just, that's going to help thicken that. And then what you do is, we've got splashes happening everywhere. We've got this happening over here. Oh no, we'll need that there. Almost went in the drink. Then what we will do is grab these. We will grab these and let's just wipe this bench down, if we can. Thank you. Then all we're going to do is this. Grab your ladle. And we are going to just scoop them straight into here. 1 ladle into each one. Now you might want to do big ones, little ones, medium ones. Like I said, these freeze really well. And they make great morning tea, afternoon tea, snacks. I've been known to have half a dozen for dinner when you don't feel like cooking. But it's got your veggies, it's got your rice, there's a bit of bacon in there. There's loads of flavour with that soy and that sweet chilli. We've got our eggs, so there's lots of protein in there. And it's just divine. Let's move this spatula out the way. I'm trying to do this right-handed so you can see. But how awesome is that? There are our fried rice muffins. That makes you 12. It should make 12. We'll just pop a little bit more in to each one. About a half again. There we go. And oh, that one's a bit overfull. But you get the idea, right? Does make you 12. So how cool is that? Now what we're going to do is just grab some cheese. I've got cheese. I keep my kilo block of cheese in a Tupperware Clear Mate. That's your large rectangle. That's perfect. Now, I could grate this up, however, for time, because I'm conscious of the time, all I'm going to do is just do a little bit of cubes, and we'll just throw on some cubed cheese with my Tupperware Mastro knife, right? And we'll just do a few different chunks of cheese. And we'll do that around over here, right? There we go. A few knobs of cheese into there. That makes it all unctuous and delicious. We'll throw in some chunks of cheese. You get the idea, right? Grab your sweet paprika. That's delicious. And we'll just pop on some of that on the top. And we'll pop that straight into the oven. 180, 160 with a fan. 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes until golden brown, depending on your oven. I've got quite a cold oven, so I crank mine up a little bit and leave it in a little bit longer. But if you've got like a more of a modern oven, 180, 160 with the fan, 25, 30, 35 minutes, delicious. Pop them in the freezer when you're done. Have your mixed berry cobbler as well for dessert. Whip up some cream in your smooth chopperator, and away you go. Now, if you've got any questions or suggestions, I'm going to pop the cheese onto here. Make sure you give me a like, a follow, subscribe. Ask me if you've got any questions, or if you're watching this in someone else's group, ask them and they can tag me and ask for my advice as well. And in the meantime, you know what you need to do. Forget your troubles and get happy, dance your cares away, shout out and get happy, I'll cook for you another day. Thank you all for watching, bye-bye.